We just watched another officer, police cop, get off for killing an African-American male, riding with his girlfriend, his fiance in particular, and a baby in the back seat. He was asked to identify himself and produce identification for Philando Castile. He was in the process of doing that, licensed concealed handgun holder. The cop panics and shoots this young man four times in the chest.
He what?
He panicked.
He panicked.
And shot him four times in the chest.
So this isn't racially motivated.
And he killed him.
He panicked. 47% of all police officers lose their lives at traffic stops. Not because they're shot by someone, but because they're mowed down by a motorist that may be texting or is doing something else when they should be driving. When a cop walks up to your car, they are already on edge. They're already nervous. I get nervous when a police officer pulls me over. I'm white. And you're probably saying, why should I feel that way? Because I respect the law, and they have power and authority. And the very first thing I do, Quanell, is I put my license, registration, and insurance card up on the dashboard.
Steve,
I turn the dome light on, and I put my arms where the police can see them. I leave one hanging out the window.
You and I
that
both
matters.
Know. Steve, stop
that
it.
matters.
Let me make my point. You and I both know you have the complexion for the protection. These cops are afraid when they're stopping African-American men.
4%.
And when they go to the car and see a black male face, they get nervous and they get scared, and many of them panic. In this particular case, this man got off for cold-blooded murder. He killed that young man who should not have been killed.
Jesse Jackson admitted when he walks down the street in New York City that he crosses over to the other side of the street in fear of a black brother. Why is that?
Because
it's because you guys, Quanell, you've stirred the pot so bad in the black community.
Jesse Jackson has been hanging out with so many liberal white folks to where he has lost touch with his own people. When you're a black leader and you're afraid to walk down the same sidewalk with your own people you claim to represent, well, you got a problem, brother. This cop killed this young man, and this young man should not have been murdered.
You are stirring up hatred and fear.
Must change.
You are stirring up
If America don't change, she's going to destroy herself.
Martin Luther King wanted us to come together, and he said it should be the content of a man's heart, not the color of his skin. And yet you guys,
he wasn't talking to us. He was talking to you white folks.
He was talking to
no, it was white people that have to understand, judge a man on the contents of his heart and not the color of his skin. Black folks never saw color. You taught us that. We're the victims of that.
You look at a white person, you say, oh, right away,
no,
this person must want to kill a black person.
No, I do not.
You absolutely do.
I look at a man's actions.